Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday. So I had to think about that then. Hope you're all well. And busy as always, doing bits and bobs that you are. We did this morning our Easter directory. So if anyone's looking for any kind of gifts for Easter, pop on to our directory and you might get some ideas there. If it's not chocolate, there's some great ideas there. So there we go. Let's have a look. I know that this morning, there we go. So I have all work. Hopefully no problems. I know that this is Anna's first one. There we go. Look at that. Perfect. How are you? You all right?
I'm good. I'm good. I was panicking that sound wasn't on, and
No,
everything.
this is good. This is good. I had a couple of the other day that kind of went wrong at the beginning and all sorts, which I love because I say it's all whatever. Anyway, so please introduce yourself, your business, and tell us what you make and sell.
Hi, I'm Anna, and I make jewellery. My company's called Moody Tom, and it's mainly freshwater pearls is how I started, and now I sort of use more different stones and things like that, and just try and create lovely things for people.
Fantastic. And why did you set up your business? And how did you come up with your business name? I'm quite intrigued to hear about this one.
It's a good name, isn't
Good
it?
one, good.
It is. So it came out of a sad story. My father was very poorly, so we nursed him. And when he passed, I had a friend out in Shanghai in China. So I went off to see her, actually without a visa, but that's a different story. And I stayed with her for a week, and they had this, it's like a shopping centre, but in the
Yeah.
middle of the shopping centre, they had all these little cubicles, stalls, people with their own businesses, and they were making it there. So there was no factory manufacture.
Wow.
And if this was in 2007. So
Right.
it was kind of before the whole fashion jewellery, sort of the layered look. That was just all starting to come in. So I bought lots of stuff because I love pretty things, and I came home with it in my suitcase. Um, and then I'd wear it out, and my friends would all love it, and they'd say, "Oh, where'd you get that?" And I'd say, "Well, you can have it because I've got more."
Yeah.
And one evening I came home and I'd got, I think I'd got a £20 note. They paid for my dinner, and someone was going to buy me a bottle of wine. And my husband said, "Where's all your stuff gone?" Because you went out all glam.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, they bought it all because they love it." So he put me on another aeroplane back. Went, "Off you go and get some more." And that Christmas, I just did a few events, and that earned me enough to go back. Um, and the name came because the first lot came back in my suitcase. My
Yes.
brother said it's a bit moody, a bit dodgy,
Yeah.
and the Tom is tomfoolery jewellery rhyming slang.
Ah, there we
So
go.
actually,
Love
yeah, so actually I'm called dodgy jewellery, but people don't really know that. So.
it. Yeah, sometimes you've got to stop and think, isn't it? Of what is appropriate, isn't it? Yeah, because come and look at my dodgy jewellery. I love it. So whereabouts are you based, and where is your workspace?
So I live in Epsom, and
Yep.
my workspace is here. Do you want me to try and show you?
Yeah, if you can, yeah,
I
go for
can't.
it.
You may lose me, but so
Oh wow,
it's
yeah,
literally so there's my workspace by the window, and then
lovely,
I've got all my gear and all my bits all around me. So it's
fantastic.
called the Pearl Room, and
The
people come
pearl room,
here.
yeah.
Yeah, people come here, and we'll chat and sell and design, and it's really nice.
Wow,
Yeah, I'm really
excellent, yeah.
lucky.
You're really lucky because a lot of people they have their stuff and it's all over the house, isn't it? And it's
Yeah.
nice. It's nice to have that place to go to work,
Yes. Yes.
separate and such, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it used to be
definitely.
all mine, but then over lockdown, the other side turned into a gym. There we go, but we ignore
Okay.
that. So now I have to share.
Yes, I can imagine you're sat there trying to sort of like zen out, make some jewelry, and you've got in the
Yeah.
background.
The kids are climbing on it. It's great. It's like
Yeah,
keep kids
exactly,
busy.
exactly. Cool. And this one's always quite hard when I ask it, but have you a favourite item to create, and why have you chosen that?
Um, I, I I love a dangle.
A
So
dangle, right?
I love a
Yep.
dangle. I love adding dangles to things.
Yes.
But that aside, I think I like making things when people have requested them, when people have said, I really like this, or I like this colour, or I like this style, or this
Yeah,
scale. And at the moment, I'm really enjoying sort of that there's a revival amongst the youngsters for pearls, sort of the very
yeah,
thin pearls. And it's really lovely making things for them because they really
yeah,
wear them, and they'll send me
sure.
pictures, and they're holding up their bracelets, and it's really cute.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? I think we all kind of realizing that these things that were necessarily old fashioned are coming back into trend
Yeah.
again, isn't it? It all
Yes.
comes back again. Yeah,
Yeah, and we can modernise them. You know, people
yeah,
have old pieces, and maybe they've got old bits that their parents or grandmas have left them,
wow,
and
yeah,
you know, we can make them into something that they could wear,
yes, yeah. That's a
and
great
that's
idea.
lovely.
Yeah, that is a great idea. I really like that, isn't it? Taking something that I would never wear that, and then just that's yeah. I hadn't thought about that. That's lovely.
Yeah.
It's really really great. Um, so have you been working on anything new this year at all? Anything that you've kind of inspired you to make new?
I'm always trying to make new things, and I get a lot of my ideas from other people when they say, "Oh, have you tried?"
Yeah.
But at the moment, I've got a bit of a love thing going on with the very large pearls. They're sort of large, outsized
All right. Yeah.
pearls.
Lovely.
So I'm practicing putting them with different stones and things, and also I'm trying to be a bit more sophisticated
Okay.
because I'm trying to make sort of grown-up
Yeah.
things like this, sort
Yeah.
of the smaller scale, because normally I'm all about the layers but I
Yeah.
appreciate that not everyone is. So I'm trying to grow up a little bit.
Okay.
That's the day. Yeah.
Are you doing well at
Mm.
that?
On and off, you know.
So a question as well, because as you know, with Curated, we have a lot of jewelers
Yeah.
on our books, and you know, it's really hard because we, you know, not so hard, but we then started to look at all of our jewelers, the categories, and all of the different things that they are, you know, and as I might have said it, you know, our Christmas event, we've got 17 jewelers who want to do our event,
Yeah.
but we've only taken on 5, just, you know, just because of that, you know, and that. So how, I know this is a sort of a question I'm just asking there, but what would you think is different about your jewelry, would you say? Is that,
I think the difference is how it's made, the story
yeah,
behind it, and the way I am with my customers. I think
yeah,
they get something extra. So
cool,
every time I sell a piece, I always say that here's my number. If you get home and you change your mind, just
yeah,
call me.
yeah,
And not many people have that. I had a lady last week, and actually she bought something for her daughter in 2019,
yeah,
and she contacted me and she said she doesn't like it. So I said that's fine, so I refunded her. There aren't many people that would do that,
yeah,
but I would rather have it back
yeah,
and make something else out of it than have someone with something that they don't enjoy.
yeah, cool, that's true, yeah, exactly. And you know, a jewelry is such a personal thing as well, isn't it? And
Yeah, absolutely.
and we know at our events, jewelers do very well, you know. And
Yeah.
it's, I remember on the first, it was back in, you know, back in lockdown, and there was a new lady there, and the Wi-Fi was playing up, and she was in the middle of like a sale for 150 quid, and and I was wondering, and, you know,
You
and it
see the
also,
sweat.
oh, it was awful, yeah, you know, and you know, it was fine, but also that was our first time, and in
Yeah.
Dorking Halls, we know there are a couple of little spots where it's a little bit dodgy with Wi-Fi, you know, so we kind of know that now. So next time,
Yes.
you know, that space that she was in, we can go, look, if you just move over here, you can get that Wi-Fi signal. But, oh, just crazy, isn't it? It's sort of like
It is horrible when
panicking.
you,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's horrible. Yeah, it's
What
horrible.
I've spent many a fair taking payment for other people
Oh,
because
God,
mine
yes.
works off my 4G or whatever, and normally I
Yeah.
get good reception. So, you know, you're sort of taking other people's sales, which is
Crazy.
heartbreaking, but great for them.
Crazy. Yeah, I remember we had an event, and you know, there was, everyone was there, and you know, this poor lady, you know, it just wasn't working, and you know, she was and at me, and I was like, everyone is absolutely fine, you know. And actually the next day she was on the phone for like 3 hours. I think she's now got a backup just in case that
Brilliant.
happens again, because you know,
Yeah.
back in the days when you would be at an event, and the amount of people that would do you take
Yeah.
cards, you know, and you go, yes I do,
Checkbooks.
and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, you
Yeah.
know, but it used to be that they'd come along, and like now we're all ready, aren't we? We're all proper
Yes.
professionals.
Yes.
We've all got our own, you know,
Yeah.
the you know, to take the credit card, which is
Yeah.
tap there. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is really good. We're not going to lose those
Yeah.
sales.
But
So
actually, if in the past, I mean, obviously there are times where people don't have money or whatever. Have often said, just take it. Here's my details and pay me. And I've never been
yeah,
stiffed, which is
yeah,
lovely.
yeah.
You
We
can
had that.
trust people.
We had that in Spitalfields the other day. Rob had found this ring he liked, and the lady was like, "The card machine's not working. There's a credit card machine just over there." And Rob had the ring in his hand. He said, "God, we could just do a run."
Yeah,
And she was just telling
run.
she was telling all these people to go get the credit. But also, it was in Spitalfields. She had like 3 tables, and she was there. She was on it. It was brilliant, and she was so good at what she did. So yeah. Did I ask the question? Have you been working on anything new? Sorry, I kind of went off a little bit there. I did. Yes, you did. Yes.
Big pearls.
The bit you showed me. Sorry, brain.
Right. I'm obviously very, very forgettable.
No, you know what? Seriously, at the moment, having, you know,
I'm sure.
having 7 events I'm running,
I'm only
doing
teasing.
the directory, chasing new businesses. Sometimes my head goes, oh, you know, it's yeah, and I'm a bit, yeah. Anyway, sorry, yeah, we saw it. There we go. So we have an ethos, as you know, it's about being friendly, creative, and unique. Is there an ethos, a saying that you work with?
So I'll always try anything at least 3 times.
Right.
That's always been quite good.
Yep.
Because you have to, don't you? You have to keep trying.
Third time lucky.
Yeah, sometimes. And but also I'm very my customer focus is probably my unique selling point, I would imagine. You know, it is all about them. And sometimes they don't want to buy, and you can tell they don't want to buy. They just want to have a little chat. So have a little chat.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
And you know, the customers become strangers become customers, and then the customers become sort of like friends, and then your network grows because they're like, oh, I know, and it's great.
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, I'm around Dorking sometimes, and there's a lady walks down, and with a dog, and she's one of our customers. There's so many, and that's what I love. Each event we do, we have those customers who have been loyal from day one, but each time I look around, where are all these people? There's a new crowd coming each
people
time.
Are so nice, aren't they? People are really nice.
They are really nice, and I'm touching wood. All of our events so far, there haven't been any kind of horrible sort of people, and I think that's what we're aiming for as well. And I think it's about people kind of go, how many people are getting through the door, and sometimes it's not about that. It's about quality, not quantity. And I know for a fact of some events that have had, there was some events going on and whatever, and I look at it and I go, that's actually not our customers as such. If they're coming to a fun fair and blah blah blah, that's not, so it's a little bit different of how you look at your customers, isn't it? But but they're really, they love coming to our events and seeing what's new and what's happening, which is great, which is lovely. So what would you say are your goals and dreams for this year?
So this year, I would like to learn some new skills. So I think I'd like to learn to solder, because at the moment my skill set is what they taught me in China, because to prevent me taking things back to get repaired, they said, right, we'll teach you how to string pearls. And then obviously I haven't been able to go back to China for probably about 4 years. So I'm kind of learning myself, but I do need to carve out some time so that I can actually pin down a few new skills, because people say, oh, can you mend this? Can you fix this? And if it requires soldering, I can't do it because I'm not good enough.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'd really like to do that. And I really need to get better on the old social media. I'm terrible.
We've done social media training before, so that I've actually got somebody after this call that a lady that runs and so they're nothing to do with Curated, totally separate, but she was at our party of the day, and she just, I need help, and I'm like, okay, so I've given her some homework, and we're going to do it live. We're going to go through all of the workshop training I did, but also showing her, so she's got to come up with words, hashtags, and it's but
Are
I'm
you
able
doing this
to.
live? Oh no, you're doing it with her. Or are you doing
I'm
it
doing it with her. We
broadcasting it?
have done before. We have done workshops where we've done social media training and customer service. We did those in lockdown, and then we did some live ones. So I might be looking to do them again, because it's a, finding somewhere where we can, do it. Because what's really great, I've got like a projector, but I can link my projector to my iPhone and then show you how everything's done as well. Because,
Yeah.
the whole, this morning, and actually, thanks to Jess from Thimble and Fabric, she just gave me some top tips. I did a reel on Sunday and I was heartbroken. I staged it all about our new coasters, and I didn't save the draft. And for life, that was it. It had gone. It had disappeared. But it had taken me. I'd done a set where, anyway. I'll be redoing it, but she just gave me an app to use as well, and I used it this
all that.
morning. Yeah, all of that you need. And I've learned from other people. But yeah, I'll more than happy to help
Yeah, I'd
you. But
love to be part
sometimes
of that.
I do see sometimes with you guys, I'm like, oh, like you haven't tagged or did that properly, and it's all about learning. And once you get into it, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, and it's social media is what it is, but it's a very powerful platform, and how you use it,
Yeah. So
how
I would like to figure that out a little bit.
yeah. Oh, thank you. Look at Rob. Jason is super knowledgeable. Bless him.
Yay. We'll see.
Yeah. So who would you say is your support network?
So my husband was my biggest support network, my biggest cheerleader. The kids were young. We'd been through that horrible thing with my dad, and he was like, go, do it. Go back, keep going back.
Yeah.
So he was great. My mum, who is 85, but as vivacious as you would ever meet a lady and enjoy someone's company, she still comes to me to events. She supports me, and I think the rest of the support now is built up from people who have either been customers, and now they're sort of part of my life. I've been part of different networking groups through the years, and you sort of maintain a core group. And through lockdown, obviously, we didn't do anything, but they're still there. And they're also knowledgeable, and they're really happy to share. People are amazingly generous with their time, their knowledge. It's incredible. So basically, people I meet, I gel with some people, and then I sort of hold them tight and work with them as much as I can.
Yeah. Saying that with your mum, I met her, didn't I, when you came to Dorking Halls? Yeah,
exactly. She's amazing.
And that's what's really lovely with with a lot of, at the moment, we're getting inundated with people that want to do our events, and it's really funny because you get people who they're tagging on what do you call it, on Facebook, saying, have you got space in May? And who are you, what do you do, and the procedure that you have to go through is to fill our inquiry form in, and then after that is we then give them a call. But also this week there must have been about, I don't know, half a dozen people who I've sent the inquiry form, nothing. But also it's really important for me, because I then need to check, make sure they're correct, they're right, and then have a chat with them. And then, like yourself, you came along to one of our events and know what it's about, because believe it or not, we've got people who who are signing up to do our events and not even following us on social media. So it's really important for them to get to know us. And I'm sorry, but not everyone is right for our events, and that's important for you guys. And I know, by talking to you, if I was to, there was somebody that had messaged me and said they do jewelry and they've got an Etsy site, and I look on their Etsy site, they have no website, they have no Instagram, they have no Facebook, and they've got some kind of jewelry which is very bizarre, but then they've got beeswax candles. But no mention of that on there. So it was like, okay, very strange, very strange.
Me and my mum came to the Dorking Halls for a little day out, because we'd go and we do things, and it was the first time we'd been to an event since lockdown.
Wow.
And she's obviously, we have to be a bit more careful of her. And it was lovely. We walked in and I was like, oh, and I probably hadn't done an event for 2 years. And we were like, oh, isn't it nice? Oh, yeah. Oh, isn't it? Yeah, it's a nice bit. Oh, doesn't it smell nice? And I said, right, I'm going to find out who runs it.
Yeah.
So then that's when I started sort of like,
Yeah.
who's in charge, who's in charge? And they said, oh, that chap over there. And I spoke to your partner. Is it Rob?
Yeah, Rob. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Spoke to Rob, and he said, oh, no, you want to go and find. And you were busy chatting. So we sort of stood there and went, and it was really nice. And we were like, yeah, it's time to get back. Time to, start again.
Yeah.
Really. It had been a long time. Because during lockdown, I've thought, people don't need this. There's more stuff going on. And now I think they do. I think people are starting to enjoy themselves a bit more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, at the moment, we all know there's stuff going on around the world and things like that. And it's depressing and it's not very nice. But also, you know, we have to sort of do our bit to stay happy, and then that's I think that's quite an important thing. If things are going to, you know, come into our event, if you see something, some jewelry, cakes, whatever it is, artwork that's going to make you happy and give you joy, then we're doing something. And it's not just about come and spend loads and loads of money. We want to bring that experience that, you know, and sometimes we've had some people who have come to our event and they stayed for like 4 hours, which is great. They've gone off, had a coffee, come back, you know, and
no, it's lovely.
There was a lady I met, and she came along. She said, "I have to say," and I got emotional. And she was like, "Oh, you're a big softie." But what it was, she said, I came along, and it wasn't what I expected, and I'm so overwhelmed. And like, she stayed for like 3 hours, and I said, "Wow, that," you know. And she said, "You're big." So, but something like that, really, kind of, that's what we're about. That's what our events are. You know, that you come along and you feel comfortable and you want to stay, you want to chat to people. And I know there are some people, and I know we know they are as well at our events. There's some customers come, and they will come along and speak to every single person and chat to them. And, you know, we know, and it's great. And we know, you know, hey, she's coming in and she'll speak to every single person, which I just think is lovely. So, you know, if we're giving that back to people where they can actually, you know, chat away to people, then it's great. So what events are you doing with Curated by Dapper Suave?
So I'm doing the one in May.
Yep.
So that's very exciting. That's quite soon. And then I've got one in November.
Yep, right? That's it. Yep, the big Christmas market, that one, isn't it? Yeah, definitely. Cool. Yeah, and also it's lovely as well, because I love, you know, with you guys doing our events, but I also love it when you come as customers as well. And, you know, our July event, as you know, is a wedding and celebration event, and totally different, totally a unique event, something that I'm really excited about, really to show you guys in a different kind of way. You know, wedding fairs are very trade shows. These are very much interactive, and you know, there's a whole photo shoot behind it as well, which will be launched soon, which is really another exciting thing. You know, taking you poor businesses and go, right, there we go, next minute you're modeling for us. It's just like, wow, you know, and it's just out of your comfort zone. Yeah, but enjoyable. And, you know, there's lots more things to come as well. So last question, and I always kind of ask, is why did you choose to work with us?
I think it was the atmosphere when we came in that time. The way the hall was set out, everything, it sort of meandered. It wasn't, you know, normally you go to an event and it's it wasn't like that. And I don't know, it felt lovely. And I thought, right, if I'm going to get back to it, let's find them and see if I can join them. So I did.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, and also what you said there, you know, the next thing we've got is you know, we've actually yesterday I spoke to somebody, they're just joining us for the May event, so now we're at 52. I said to Rob today, I wanted an even number, so there we go. And they're absolutely,
I'm all about the numbers.
Yeah, they're really lovely, and they actually just sort of, you know, they were, I kind of looked, the category they've got, they'll fit in or whatever, which is exciting. So you know, but there's, out of that, it means out of 52, half of you are brand new, half of you 26, which is just, that is just mind-blowing. So you know, and you know, the next bit that me and Rob dread, it's like doing the wedding table, is we have all of your, and then we put you where you're going to be in the room, which takes a lot of time. And no, let's put them there, and and it's fun, but we kind of go the day, we need to start doing that, don't we? But you know, and that goes into it as well. It's not just, here we go, let's bung all the jewelers together, all together, you know, as a customer. That's just, you know, hell, isn't it? You know, you're next you're next to another jeweler. It really, so spreading you out next to other people. So yeah, that's our next thing to do. Healthy discussion, Rob said. I don't know about healthy.
Heated debate.
Yeah, heated debate. The stags, that's what it is. We're like these stags with the horns locking. And then like, okay, we'll put them there. Yeah. So, you know, and it's nice because we try, you know, next time you'll be in the event, we won't put you in the same spot, mix it all around. It's really, really important to us as well. So excellent, really, really good speech. I know that you know, this is your first time doing this. I know a lot of people are nervous. I was a bit this morning because the other day, that video thing you did, that a lot of people, you know, that top bit when they press, so many people have done it. I'm like,
I was so mortified.
Yeah, so we started a live chat. It's like, no, they don't want a live chat, you know. You know, but no, brilliant. You know, that's, and you know, when it goes wrong, it goes wrong, doesn't it? So exactly. We will see you in May. Like I say, this goes on to our Instagram, onto Facebook. It also goes onto our YouTube channel, and it also goes onto LinkedIn. So all of those platforms to get the message out about you guys as well. Just another little thing that we curate and add to our events that other people don't. But you know, that's what we're about. We're giving something that other markets maybe don't. So yeah, excellent. Well, we'll see you in May, and thank you so much for joining us this morning. Take care. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.